You know, I'm a guy who looks for signs, and I know you are, and I'm sure we're going to get into that. And for me, it was really important to see that you were recognized and honored because I truly believe that your dedication and commitment to this company has, no question in my mind, been the reason why this company has been able to continue to succeed and attract the kind of people that Niken is attracting. People who are really looking for a deeper meaning in life, a place to put their heart. And I know that there's a lot of people listening tonight who maybe don't have that connection yet with Niken. And maybe there are some who've been with Niken some time and have that connection. And so while this story tonight is starting on such a high, being, you know, this is the epitome of success, this is what it looks like, the view from the top of the mountain, this story is also filled with heartbreak. And if it's, I know it's true for me, and I know it's true for you,
Yeah.
and it's probably important for people to know that that's part of the journey, and maybe we can go back in time when where you were at in life when Niken came knocking.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. In fact, I think a lot of the big work that we all do in the world, as in really giving of our true soul and in service of the greater good of all, it comes out of suffering. So very often, almost always, it comes out of suffering. And I see that a lot with people with Niken, and in my own situation, I mean, I think that suffering happened with my mother, with her mental illness, and then my father being a doctor, not being able to help. And this, just to watch someone you love that much suffer, you know, all her life, that changed my life. It made me want to help others, you know, so that they wouldn't suffer the way I saw her suffering. So that's what propelled me very early on into healing, into natural healing work, and that's my background, and that's what I, you know, connect with. And I was told that my life was about healing when I was 19. So that's when that started. But the suffering, but right before Niken, was that I had a healing center with my husband and another couple, and we had a huge center. It was a beautiful center. It was ahead of its time, and we were very undercapitalized. So we had a great vision, but we didn't really have the savvy, the business savvy, to make it work. And it was in the very early 90s, and just ahead of its time a little too much. And it went bankrupt, and it was a corporate bankruptcy, not personal. And however, we did lose everything we had because we'd thrown everything into it with a lot of gusto and passion. And I was really scared. We were 3 months late in rent, and I was afraid, and I really prayed. Really in a way that I never had before. Like I was, oh, maybe I had about my mom for sure. But I was just really on my knees saying, I don't know what I'm meant to do in this world. I know it's about healing, but, you know, please show me what I'm meant to do, because I've got to be able to pay the rent. I need to, you know, support my children. We had 3 children and 6 altogether with Bill's other 3. And it was a very scary time. And I remember the prayer. I remember saying, I'll do whatever you show me, just so long as it's true to my heart. If it's true to my heart, I'll do it. And then Niken came, and it was so auspicious.
How long before that prayer and Niken shows up?
Very quick, within a few days, maybe a week, 2 weeks.
The reason I bring this up is that in my 21 years with Niken, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that story where people literally get on their hands and knees and pray, and the number generally is within 2 weeks they find out about Niken.
Really? Yeah, I would absolutely. It was no longer than 2 weeks for sure. That would be the outside. You know, and I remember thinking, if I put this prayer out, I better look at everything that comes by. And I didn't want to do network marketing. And I didn't believe in magnets either. And I was a healer, so, you know, go figure. You'd think I would have known, but I didn't. And I was pretty arrogant and scared and shut down about it. But I remember thinking, I've put this sincere prayer out of real surrender. Because what I got was that my ego wasn't that good at making my life work. And that I had to somehow get out of the way and allow something bigger to work through me and with me, to co-create with something far greater than my little self. And so when I went to that presentation. It was simply because I thought, well, I better be open to something. And I got it. I mean, the products had a profound effect on my back injury that night. Coincidentally, my back was killing me, and I put the back flex on my back, and it worked. You know, I had a stomach ache. I put it on my stomach, and the back flex worked, and my tummy ache went away. That was 2 things. And I heard these stories that were unbelievable, and I said, my gosh, well, I don't know if they're lying or somebody's paying them or what, but this is pretty profound things I'm hearing. And then there was Reid, and there was just something in the way he spoke, and it wasn't really the words, it was something else, some kind of transmission came from him, through him, to me, and I got it. And I left in a quick hurry. I ran out, and my head was just on fire. My brain was going, oh my gosh, you know, if these products really work like this, and they're safe, and they're non-invasive, and they're non-chemical, and they're effective, how could I not help people with this? How could I not tell people about this? I would have to tell. I mean, it would be my ethical and moral obligation to let people know. And see, that's why I didn't want it to work, because I didn't want to have that feeling. But of course I had that feeling. When you have a great, you know, when you really realize the products are so incredible, and they are life-changing, what are you going to do? Not tell anybody? I mean, that's just, it's like finding the silver bullet, not telling anyone. I mean, you just, I could not do that, could not do that. So I took a walk, and I said, is this what you are showing me? And I got a direct yes. And I said, if I do it, can I be successful? And the answer was yes. Now, I don't have any experience in business. And I know a lot of people don't have experience in business that start a Nikken business. A lot of people in Nikken have never done network marketing before, nor had I. It doesn't matter. It's your passion. It's your love. I fell in love with it, you see.
Well, Julie, was it a fast rise through the ranks, or was it a quick start and then you hit a wall? Like what happened in the early start?
What happened is I went home and I told my family I'd found something incredible, and I was going to change our lives within 1 year by changing others' lives, by helping others. And I set myself a 5-year plan to Royal Diamond. My first initial goal financially was $5,000 a month, because that's what I needed, I felt, to catch up on everything. And so I set a 5-year plan. Royal Diamond was the highest level, so I set with the end in mind, and then I worked backwards. I just made it up. I said, okay, then I'll be diamond in 3 years. I'll be platinum in 1.5 years. I'll be gold in 6 months and silver in 3 months. And I just had that little piece of paper I didn't have a desk or anything. I just had it at home. I worked off the kitchen table. I borrowed money to start because I was broke. So I borrowed $3,500 from 2 people, told them I was going to build a multi-million-dollar business and I needed some seed capital, and if they'd like to lend it to me, that'd be great. And I'd pay it back as soon as I could, which I did. I made it back in 3 months. And I just took this out to everyone I knew and everyone I loved and just said, I don't know if this is for you or not. I really don't, but I'm going to build a multi-million-dollar business with this, and nobody's got this and everybody needs it. And I'm looking for partners. I'm looking for playmates. I want to have fun, and I want to change the world, and I want us all to make money along the way. So, I just started sponsoring people. I went silver the 2nd month, gold in the 10th month, platinum in the 12th month, diamond in 2 years and 7 months from the beginning, and royal diamond in 3 years and 10 months from the beginning. So that was the time period.
And wow, you're bringing tears to my eyes as you're bringing back memories here. And it's true. We have dodged a lot of bullets together, you and I, and we do counsel each other a lot. I want people to know that because I trust you implicitly. I know that your heart is always in the right place. And while you and I may disagree at times in certain things, we do respect each other's opinion. And that's one of the things that I think having relationships that you develop in Nikken is so unique, because we're tied together through a common sense of purpose. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I think for people like yourself and I, and there are definitely many others like us, there is a very, very deep calling that Nikken is not just a business, although it's a wonderful business, and it's not just about products, although the products are absolutely extraordinary, and I love it all. I love it all, and I can't wait further this or that. But I think I think we knew we were called. I know for myself as a child, I knew that I was supposed to do something that was important in the world. I knew it from very young, and I always was asking the stars, hey stars, why am I here? Why did you send me? And so I think this calling, it's so much deeper than any kind of logic of the left brain. It's even bigger than just a heart feeling, because yeah, heart is love, but this is a kind of must. I must flow into this, and this is about the people. It's the people in a big sense. It's humanity. It's about humanity not just surviving, which they need these products for survival. I really believe that, given the EMF fields, the chemtrails, the chemicals in the soils, you name it, we need these products and these technologies to protect ourselves. But it's much bigger than that. It's really about, well, in my belief, in my version of it, is it's about really helping people to open their consciousness, to rise to a higher level of consciousness, to really awaken fully on the planet at this time, which so many prophecies talk about, this time of awakening. And the products help us awaken. The products themselves help us awaken, and the business helps us because it calls us to help others and to love others and to serve others, as every every religious text would say, love your brother as yourself. And we learn about that and how to really serve others and, get ourselves out of the way. And it's about people thriving. It's about celebration. It's not just to survive, it's to really thrive. And that's where the 5 pillars of health is such a core value for you and for me and the humans being more. If this wasn't about us graduating as a human species to the next level, I don't know if it would always interest me to the level that it does. But it fascinates me on a daily basis because I see people really grow and break through their past conditioning to become fully free, and that's a big, big thing.
Wow. And on that note, I'm going to say, Julie Tara, 2012 Consultant of the Year, Royal Diamond, amazing human being. Thank you so much for being on this presentation, this show with me tonight. Any last word?